Dan here from Red Devils TV, and this is it. This is the big one. This is the Manchester derby. This is the fixture that I look at after the fixtures are released. Manchester United versus Manchester City. I can't stand City. I absolutely love this fixture. I'm always up for it, no matter what form United are in. They're unpredictable. You never know what you're gonna get, but they're always box office. Apart from last season with Old Trafford, that was pretty much a snowfest. However, I'm very confident going into this game, and I've not been this confident for a derby probably since the FA Cup final, but since then I've not been confident whatsoever. But I've got that same feeling, that confidence going into this game, and I'll give you my reasons why. City aren't no joke. They should be messed with. They are, despite their poor form, they are still title contenders in my opinion, but I just think they've had such a slow start. I've got a few theories why they've not been playing and why they've not been the very best as well, but like I said, I'm going to explain it first. First of all as well, can you please leave a like on the video, subscribe if you are new, and comment down below your predictions for the Manchester derby. It really helps out with the algorithm. I know I've not been away from YouTube for quite a while. I've had a lot of stuff going on in personal life. I've got a fiance now. We are due to be married. So yeah, a lot's been happening in my personal life, but hopefully I can stay a bit more consistent with posting videos. But anyway, you're not here for that. You're here for the Manchester derby preview, the perfect Manchester derby preview, only here on Red Devils TV. So make sure you share the video as well. It is greatly appreciated. So why am I confident going into the Manchester derby? Number one, Ruben Amorim's record against Pep Guardiola. Now, hear me out when I say this, because I know it's the Champions League and I know it's a one-off game, but when Ruben Amorim was at Sporting before he joined Manchester United, they played Manchester City, and that second half of football was absolutely immense. It was such a good football, and this is why I got so excited when Ruben Amorim was appointed as the Manchester United manager. But Pep Guardiola has not got a good record so far against Ruben Amorim. He's not beaten him. I know that sounds daft, but last season, he lost 4-1 to Ruben Amorim's Sporting Lisbon, lost 2-1 at the Etihad, and then drew 0-0 at Old Trafford. Now, I'm not being funny, but Pep Guardiola doesn't normally have bad records against managers, but it seems with Ruben Amorim, he has struggled. And hopefully, these struggle to break us down. City are going to have majority of the ball. So, this is why I'm going to get on my predicted 11 in a moment as well. But this is why I'd pick a certain team to let City have the ball. Let them have the ball. Just let them do what they want to do. We'll have tacklers. We'll have ball winners. We'll have aggressiveness in this team. And we'll break them on the counter-attack. It's very, very simple. Amorim despite Ruben Amorim's poor record at United, you cannot say he's not turned up against the big teams. Liverpool, Arsenal, City, even Chelsea. We've had some decent games. We've had big games, and for some reason, we go in as the underdogs, but always end up proving them wrong, and everyone gets on the high horse. Everyone thinks, Manchester United are back. Then we'll go and lose to bloody Burnley or someone like that, or last season, like Brighton or someone like that. So, yeah. Going into this game, like I said, I'm confident. And reason number two is City's injury crisis. Now, I'm not one to laugh at injury crisis because United had a fair few injury crises, and I've had to see the likes of Daniel James, Pereira and Mata start again in a Manchester derby before. That was absolute torture, to be honest. But at the same time, what goes around comes around, and City fans were laughing at Erik ten Hag when he was our manager with United's injury crisis. And I stuck up for Erik ten Hag, as you know, I was Erik ten Hag out, excuse me, until the very end, which was the West Ham game, and Ruben Amorim as well. He's had a lot of injuries whilst he's been at Manchester United, and City fans have laughed at us. So now it's our turn to laugh at them. They've got so many players out injured, so many key players as well. Marmoush, Phil Foden. Even if you want to look at the likes of Rico Lewis and their defence, I watched that Brighton game. They were all over the place defensively. And Rodri, despite him being a Ballon d'Or winner, which he didn't deserve, by the way, I will stand on that. Rodri did not deserve the Ballon d'Or that year. I get it; it was for the Euros. That was the main reason why he won it. But for me, Lautaro Martinez for Inter Milan deserved it that year. He was absolutely immense. But you know what? Yeah, it's just giving City fans a massive ego, really, isn't it? But anyway, going on to this, Rodri can't do it by himself. And for me, Rangers looks like a really good player. He had that great game against Wolves opening day of the season. But apart from that, he's not really done much. Erling Haaland as well, he'll get that goal if he gets that service. But I look at City's team and what service do they actually have to offer at the moment for Erling Haaland, and I don't see much. So I feel with the way that De Ligt performed against Victor Gyökeres, who's a similar type of player to Erling Haaland. Erling Haaland's a much better quality player than Gyökeres, in my personal opinion. But De Ligt just needs to be that arsehole. De Ligt just needs to be that pain in the backside and just be Erling Haaland's shadow all game for 90 minutes. Let the other centre-backs do what we need to do. And De Ligt's main task is just to make sure Erling Haaland doesn't get past him. That's all, in my opinion. And I think that man-to-man target, they don't have a Kevin De Bruyne to pull it out of them. So realistically, they've not got Marmoush, they've not got Phil Foden, even Jack Grealish. Jack Grealish has turned up in a few derbies for Manchester City when it comes to versus Man United. So yeah, they haven't got a lot of people to pull it out for them. And right now as well, my third option to why I'm confident is, despite United not scoring as many goals as we're supposed to, we've been incredible when it comes to going forward. We've been so close, nearly getting them goals. It's mental. Genuinely, I'll put the stats up on the screen now. And I don't understand how we've not scored more goals, because the metrics don't lie. The stats don't lie. United are one of the most dangerous attacking teams at this moment. Yes, we haven't scored as many goals, but we've got a neutral goal difference. We've not got a negative goal difference for once, which was one of our main issues last season. We're creating chances. It's just putting them away. And I generally think that once Benjamin Sesko gets his first goal, once Cunha gets his first goal, which I'm not expecting Cunha to start, by the way, but once these players sink in and get comfortable and get them first goals, I'm expecting them to start flying. And this is why I'd pick Mbuemo as one of the key players in this derby. He was a handful for Burnley. Now, I understand Burnley are a complete different level to Man City. You know, Burnley have just got promoted. Man City won four Premier League titles in a row. But this isn't that same team. And City have struggled in periods of time. They didn't look good in the Club World Cup. I think they're very fatigued as well. I think that not having a proper pre-season has kind of took it out of them a little bit, and focusing so much on the Club World Cup has took out on a lot of these players. Because, let's be honest, despite what you thought of the Club World Cup, it was very intense for a lot of players and a lot of teams. And I feel like that's why Chelsea are a bit struggling as well. But yeah, that's just my opinion. But my predicted 11, obviously, Mbuemo has to start. For me, he's our key player. I think he's been incredible recently. Since he got a first goal against Grimsby, he was so dangerous against Burnley. And I'm hoping that he plays on the last defender with his pace. He's set the fastest, also it's the second fastest sprint in the Premier League this season as well, which was mental. He's absolutely rapid. So this is why I think United will play on the counter-attack against Manchester City. But yeah, starting 11. I want to see Lemon start. Genuinely, I want to see him start. You've bought a keeper in for a reason. Biende, I think he's all right, but you don't bring a keeper in and don't start him. You know, Onana's gone. Hallelujah. Thank the Lord. But at the end of the day, you've got to start your new goalkeeper, in my opinion. And yeah, it's a massive ask for him. It's a massive task to ask Lemons to start in the Manchester derby. And I won't be surprised if Ruben Amorim does start Biende. But with goalkeepers, it's a bit different. I think that all he needs to know is be comfortable playing in the system, playing it in the back. I want to know his distribution's like as well. And I want to see him start. Like, if I look at a team sheet, especially when it's against a rival, you want to be up for it, and you want to look at the team and be like, yes, that player's starting. Yes, Amorim's gone with something different, or he's gone with what the fans want to see. Now, the fans aren't always right. Let's be completely honest with that. But Lemons is definitely a player who has to start. Same with Sesko. Sesko, for me, has to start as well, but I'll get on to him in a moment. But the back three, for me, picks itself based on the way I think Ruben Amorim's going to want to play. Lenny Yoro, De Ligt, and Luke Shaw. If Martinez was fit, Martinez would be playing over Shaw, but he's not. And I don't think you can start Harry Maguire, because I just think De Ligt just has to be that middle centre-back, staying on Erling Haaland at all times. The wing-backs, Patrick Dorgu, and I'm going to go with Mazraoui. Because the reason why I've gone with Mazraoui is that, I know it sounds daft, but in transition, sometimes we've seen Ruben Amorim change the team into a pressing 4-4-2. And if you've got Mazraoui, playing as a right back. You can spread Luke Shaw as a left back. Patrick Dorgo almost becomes like a free roamer attacker, and he can just charge forward. He can make the press more dangerous and give City less time on the ball, because you know City are going to have the ball, aren't they? They're going to pass it around, and this is why you need tacklers, and this is where I'd start Casemiro and Agate in that midfield. Now, I really like Kobbie Mainoo. I don't think starting him in this game is the right decision, personally. But if he starts him, I won't be against it. I just think needing Agate and Casemiro in that midfield too is the right thing to do. And then the two advanced 10s, Mbuemo and Bruno Fernandes, with Benjamin Šeško starting up top. For me, that is probably the best team you can go for with the current players that are available. Mason Mount might start. He's had a good start to the season, but with that possible injury, I don't have any updates on him before Ruben Amorim's press conference. And same with Matheus Cunha. He might be available, but at the same time, hamstring injuries are very, very awkward. So I want him to start, but I think just rest him, maybe bring him on for 20 minutes if he is available, but you really don't want to be seeing your new striker, or your new signing, should I say, out for a long period of time, because hamstring injuries are an absolute pain to deal with. But let me know in the comments down below if you made this far into the video on what you think of that predicted 11. But yeah, based on that predicted 11 and the way City have performed and the way United have performed, I generally think United can get this job done 2-0. And if Lamens starts, right, and he makes a couple of saves and keeps a clean sheet, that would just change the fan base. That would just give us so much confidence. Oh my God, we've got a keeper who uses his hands. He hasn't got hole in his gloves. He hasn't dipped it. He hasn't got poppered-on wrists or anything like that. Genuinely, if Lamens can keep a clean sheet against City, if he starts, that would give this fan base so much confidence in our goalkeeper for once, because we've had to deal with Onana and Biende. I like Biende, but he's not been great. We've had to deal with this trash, this awfulness of goalkeepers for so long, and yeah, hopefully Lamens starts, and if you can get a clean sheet, that would just be perfect. That'd be a great start for his United career, and even Šeško as well. I want to see him score as well, but genuinely, like I said, I think our main threat for the Manchester derby has to be Mbuemo, and don't count Bruno Fernandes out either. That's the best start of seasons, but you know, we scored the winner against Burnley, penalty, I know, but Bruno Fernandes turns up in the biggest moments. And at the derby, Bruno Fernandes loves the derby. We all know this. So, yeah. It was good to be back. Let me know in the comments down below on what you think of this video. Let me know your thoughts on the predictions. And let me know your predictions in the comments down below. Thank you for watching. Leave a like on the video. Subscribe if you are new. And share the video as well. It really helps out with the engagement. So, yeah, thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one.